Hey guys, welcome to High Leverage Baseball. I want to announce that I've put together a new error chart, and I'm going to explain why I made the changes and why I evolved the error system just a little bit. Before I do so, I don't want anybody to panic. It's not going to change the game. It's not changing the rules of the game. It's not changing how the game plays. This is just an added new upgraded error system. You don't have to implement this. It's completely optional. And here is the way it works. Now, initially, when I put out High Leverage Baseball, I did a lot of math. I tried to get the errors correct, and they are correct. They are basically going to output the number of errors per team, per game that you would expect. But as I play tested the game myself, I realized there was a couple of things that I wanted to improve. Number one, the error rate per team per game in different eras has changed. You have the modern era, which has far fewer errors. You have the pre-2000 era. Then you have the historical era, which has a lot more errors per game. I believe the modern era, these are rounded numbers. The modern era has something like 0.6 errors per team per game. Pre-2000, you're more like 0.8. And historical, you get anywhere from 1 to maybe 1.15, etc. So this is an upgraded error chart. You can check out the link down below. It's going to be free for download. You can print this off and use this. Again, you don't have to use this, but there's some things other than the rates of errors that are going to be changing. One of the other things I wasn't satisfied with was that there was a little bit higher error rate for the outfielders. Basically, when you roll an error check in High Leverage Baseball, you do a 1 to 20 out of 1 to 100 is going to be a range check, and then 21 to 100 is going to be a possible error check. Now, whether you roll a hit or whether you roll an out, you still get an error check on that play. So you could have a single where the outfielder bobbles the ball and there's an error. You could have a fly out where the fielder drops the ball. Quite frankly, what I wanted to do was balance it so there were fewer fly ball or non-ground out errors in the game. Now, here you can see the ground ball error chart. There's going to be 2 pages to this PDF. You're going to have the ground ball errors, and you can see at the top here all other errors. The ground ball errors are going to occur strictly on ground ball plays during the game, ground ball outs. The grounder to the third baseman, grounder to the pitcher, a little squibber to the catcher, whatever. Anything hit on the ground. All other error checks, this is going to be fly ball, line out, pop out, foul out, and any possible errors that would occur on hits, excluding home runs, of course, because you can't make an error on a home run, right? So if you hit a ground ball, and we're looking at this chart, you can see in the upper right-hand corner, it has 2000 to current, use the modern column, 1960 to 1999, use the pre-2000 column, and prior to 1959, I need to change that to prior to 1960, use the historical column. So the updated PDF you'll be downloading will have that little error correction. Now, you can see the modern, the pre-2000, and the historical. You have the error ratings, which are A, B, and C for each player. And you can see on a ground ball, these are for ground balls. You can see in the modern era, 1 to 32 would be an error for an A. In the pre-2000 era, for an A, 1 to 46. And historical for an A, 1 to 74. So you can see the difference between the modern, pre-2000, and historical. When you are rolling for an error check, if it falls within this range, it is an error. If it falls outside of this range, it is an out. Now let's look at the all other errors chart. Again, this is for any non-ground ball error check on a hit, single, double, triple, on an infield single, and for lineouts, pop-outs, foul-outs, and flyouts. When you roll an error check on these plays, you will see the error rating is much lower. So on a flyout or a lineout, the possibility of an error is going to be much lower than on a ground out. For a fielder, that is an A. If they had a line out or a fly out, there would be a 1 to 8% chance of an error. In the pre-2000, it'd be 1 to 15, and historical 1 to 30. This is really going to balance out the error outcomes between flyouts and lineouts and groundouts and make things a little bit more accurate and a little bit more realistic. Now, I want you to understand that if you don't want to use this system, you don't want to upgrade to the system, you're still going to get the same number of errors. The only difference is you're going to get a few more errors on flyouts than groundouts, etc. So this is a little bit more accurate. Anybody that purchases high leverage baseball moving forward will get this updated error system. Anybody that has it previous, I apologize. I'm always trying to improve the game. I'm not trying to change the mechanics, but I want to improve it to make it as realistic as possible. So here, if you get a single, there'd be a small chance that the fielder would bobble it after fielding the ball. If you get a line out, there'd be a small chance that the fielder would drop it. All the percentages work out to keep the errors about where they need to be per team, per game. So statistically, nothing has changed in that sense. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment down below. And please head over to tabletoplegends.store if you'd like more information on high leverage baseball. Thank you guys for watching.